They call him the ultimate survivor. On Friday the 13th, October 1972, an ill-fated charter flight plane carrying an Uruguayan rugby team, their friends and family members, crashed in the Andes. Not immediately rescued, the survivors had to turn to cannibalism to survive. After 72 horrific days, they were eventually saved. Rugby team member and crash survivor Nando Parrado's amazing survival story is one of friendship, tragedy, and superhuman perseverance. With a fractured skull and having to resort to eat the flesh of his teammates and friends, Parrado, who lost his mother and sister in the crash, somehow emerged from a coma to beat the odds by walking across one of the highest mountains in the Andes with fellow survivor Roberto Canessa to salvation after 11 days of snowy mountain trek. For the past 10 years, Parrado has been giving inspirational talks based on his experiences high up in the Andes. Recently, Parrado traveled to Malaysia to speak about his ordeal at the recent inaugural Youth Engagement Summit held at Putrajaya International Convention Center, alongside luminaries like Sir Bob Geldof, Twitter co-founder Biz Stone, World Chess Champion Garry Kasparov, and AirAsia pioneer Tony Fernandez. Speaking to journalists after his presentation at a press conference, Parrado revealed that he has learned how to enjoy every minute of the life he fought so hard to preserve up in the Andes.
A lot of Anglo-Saxons, usually they have a post-traumatic stress because they survived something. With our friends, we open champagne. We are alive. We fought for our lives. We didn't do anything that we shouldn't have done, except that we fought so hard, and we are so happy to be alive that I enjoy every single second of my life. I shouldn't be here. I should be dead and buried 37 years ago. So I'm only 37 now, and I enjoyed everything, you know. I enjoyed my work, I enjoyed my family, I enjoyed my dogs, I enjoy being here speaking with you. So I think that the purpose in life is living the life, you know, living your life, not living the life of others. We gain the experience at 17, 18, 19 that people gain when they are 80, 85 at the end of their lives. How many philosophers, how many writers like Borges from Argentina or French writers, philosophers have written that had they been able to be born again, they would live their lives differently, you know? And that's what we want to share sometimes. Don't only live your life for work. That's part of life, but leave a small percentage for the other things also.
With regards to whether he had to endure any nightmares after being rescued, Parrado had this to say.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's asked many times, especially in the US, because it changes according to continents, even to the way people think, even to different countries, to different civilizations, to different ethnics. It changes. Americans, if something goes wrong, they need counseling immediately. Whatever goes wrong, they need counseling. Yeah, I mean, it happens. It's a society that they go to counseling. I had nightmares over there. I tried to wake up and say, okay, I'm not on this fuselage. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to look at my racing car posters. It's my room. This is my bed. I'm going to open my eyes and I'm going to see that. And I opened my eyes and I saw destroyed airplane. As soon as I got back, the first night that I slept on the hospital, probably they gave me some pills to make me, you know, sedate myself a little bit. I had so much adrenaline still. I've slept every single night without one nightmare in these 37 years.
And in his guise as public speaker, Parrado said that he was often asked one question more than others.
A lot of questions are asked, so many questions are asked, but a common one is, do you still see the other guys? And yes, we were friends 10 years before the plane crashed. We lived through that together. Of the 16, 15, we live on the same city, 9 on the same neighborhood, because Uruguay is very small. So I see 4 or 5 of them every week, because they are my friends from my life. And we live through something horrible together, but we go out to dinner, football matches, you know, we go out with our wives and they come home for barbecues, but mixed with other friends. So we never, sometimes we speak about the Andes, you know, there's a question arises, but 95% of the time we speak about other subjects because it's way back. It's happened, but it's not the main object of our lives. You know, our lives have been blessed with so many things after that.
In his 2006 book, Miracle in the Andes, Parrado said that his father had given him some good advice that went along the lines of, "Don't look back, you get a pain in the neck." According to Parrado, those wise words have served him well in dealing with the past.
All the consequences of the decisions would be life or death. All the consequences of my decisions in business, would I fail or not? And
also in his book, Parrado mentioned that he never wanted to be a hero. In an exclusive one-on-one interview after the press conference, he was philosophical about how he managed to do the things he did in order to survive such a terrible ordeal.
I always analyzed that, and I never found an answer. I think it's survival instinct. How could I create those thoughts? I didn't recognize myself, you know? But it just happens. People are different. Some are tennis players, some are lawyers, some play guitar. Some play guitar better than other ones. Some play soccer better than other ones. Some are better managers than other ones. Some draw better than other ones. There are some journalists that are better than other journalists, you know, and there are survivors that are better than other survivors. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's will, personality, character, the brain influenced by different things. Probably the will to see my father made that difference. I don't know. That's a personal opinion.
Zach Yusof, The Star Malaysia.